height. The flying pilot doesn't have to be quite so concerned about increasing beyond the climb power immediately. If we're low to the ground, he would perhaps want to go around on the ERP as quickly as possible to preserve the performance of the climb. Anytime the engine fails with climb or cruise on the ERP, there will be no auto feather because the auto feather is not armed. The drill is to wait 10 seconds for the automatic relight to occur, which will be attempted when the NH drops to 60%. If no light up within 10 seconds, fuel lever shut, confirmed by the other pilot, and he says shut or confirmed as a command to carry out that action of shutting the associated fuel lever. Flying pilot, as I've already mentioned, thinks, crikeys, I've lost half my power, what should I do? And that will, as I said, depend on the height you are off the ground. Then at a sensible time you would call for the emergency checklist, advise ATC, depending whereabouts you are, as to whether or not you return to base, whether you proceed to an alternate, or whether you continue to planned destination. The captain would have to make that decision. As a part of the single engine procedure checklist, it states fuel management. And it's a good idea to put the crossfeed, the fuel crossfeed on when we are talking about fuel management, because the two valves in the crossfeed line, there's one at each end of the crossfeed line, are electrically driven, and the electricity comes from a main DC bus. So in the event of losing the live engine generator, we no longer have the main DC buses, and if you haven't got the crossfeed open and it fails, you're never going to be able to open the crossfeed, and you'll never be able to use the fuel in that dead engine side. So why not do it now while the checklist is in your hand? Fuel management check, yes please, crossfeed on. Then if anything does happen to the generator, at least you've got the crossfeed on and you can get the fuel out of the tank. Okay, that's an engine out in the climb or the cruise. Increasing power will depend on circumstances. Let's have a look now at the more critical of the emergencies, and that is an engine failure on takeoff.